A warm welcome to all of you to this orientation session of the Ananda Alai program. The word Ananda Alai means wave of bliss in Tamil language. Almost a decade back, a series of inner engineering programs were offered in the state of Tamil Nadu, where more than 10,000 participants got initiated. They also had the opportunity to be with Sadhguru in Maha Satsangs. No words can ever describe how these people received and experienced Sadhguru. Recently in India, almost 30,000 meditators attended the Ananda Alai program. Sharings of their inner experience were once again like a wave of bliss that swept over thousands of people. We are excited to offer this program now in overseas centers as well. This was launched on 23rd of September, which also happens to be Sadhguru's Enlightenment Day. Ananda Alai is a new and unique 5-day program to revive inner engineering and deepen your experience of Shambhavi Mahamudra. This is open to anyone who has been initiated into Shambhavi. We will do the practices daily along with Sadhguru's audio, explore inner engineering tools further, and go through powerful processes and meditations guided by Sadhguru. To receive this powerful program in the best possible way, it is important that you set the right ambience within and around you. So shall we take a look at this? We will now watch a video by Sadhguru where he speaks about this.
One thing you need to understand is the technology is subjective because it's about you. You have known objective technologies, how to fix the car, how to fix the airplane, how to fix the aircraft, all these things. You can stay away from those things, look at them and fix them, they are different. But this is subjective technology, it's about you. So if you have to look at this, in some way you have to open up. So if we have to open you up, see today, there was a time they were doing surgeries on the street side, you know that? Yes? And if too much blood comes, they would just pick up mud and throw it and stop bleeding in the village. Yes, do you know? Yes or no? If there is a cut or a wound and there's too much bleeding, they would simply take mud and put it somehow to stop the bleeding. But today we have understood, even if we have to open a small opening in the body, we need a certain sterile condition to do it. We have understood that much, isn't it? So whether it's the physical body, means we need a certain kind of condition. Similarly, if we have to open up you as a person, we need a different kind of atmosphere. We need a committed atmosphere. In a casual atmosphere, you never do it. Why today any thinking person, little people who consider themselves intelligent in the world have an allergy to anything spiritual is simply because of this, because spirituality has presented itself in such ridiculous ways. They're so pathetic. Isn't it so? There are all kinds of idiots on the planet. But the so-called religious and spiritual idiots take the cake anywhere in the world, isn't it so? Yes? This is simply because people started handling spirituality in uncommitted manner. Anywhere, everywhere, talking about it. On the street side, they're talking about Krishna and how he did this and Bhagavad Gita. It's just become ridiculous because you're not demanding a certain involvement and commitment from people. Just anywhere you're going on like a film song or a commercial thing. Now, slowly it has become so ridiculous, people have just dismissed the value of it, absolutely. Now it is only the ignorant and the uneducated who listen to Mahabharata and this one and that one. They're educated because they've already dismissed it as nonsense. Because it's happening in such ridiculous ways. It is not being presented properly, not creating the right kind of situation for it to grow, simply doing it anywhere. So subjective technology is never attempted in uncommitted atmospheres. Without a very committed atmosphere, there should be no transmission of yoga. Most people in the world will do better without yoga than with yoga. Now, my whole activity in India mostly is in southernmost part of India, and now we have come to Bombay and other places. But where I come from, my native place, I don't teach there. All my friends and family, whatever I know, I have never taught them yoga unless they come here, wherever I am. So when I go sometimes visiting, so the first question these days they've given up. Otherwise, the question is always, what, you're teaching yoga all over the world, why don't you teach me yoga, my back is hurting. No yoga in uncommitted atmospheres. To tell you how, to what extent, I hope you understand this in the right perspective. My mother was ill a few years ago, 9 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of time. 13, 14 years ago. Seriously ill. We know that she's going to die. My father being a physician, the family is much more aware that she has a short span of time. And that's the time lot of somehow people are coming home and telling my mother, oh, you should see the yoga program, you must attend. She's spiritually inclined, she's been initiated in a very early age something, but that's all. As her death came closer, she said, I want to experience this. I want to experience meditation. I said, okay, I'll organize a class in the town, you come. She's in a bad condition, but she could come. As per me, she can come, I could take her and do it. But my father being a physician, he says, no way is she going to leave the house for 3.5 hours and sit there somewhere and anything may happen, blue light. If you want, at home you do whatever. No going and sitting in the class, I will not allow such a thing because she's not in that kind of condition. I said, it's okay, she can come. But he's the senior man and you know how it is. But my mother repeatedly is expressing, I want to experience meditation. I said, you convince him and come somehow, anyway you're going to die. What is there if you fall dead in my class? See, you just have 3-4 months left. So suppose you die 2 months early, what is going to happen? You do what you want to do, isn't it? But that's not how a doctor sees it, he wants to stretch it to the last minute. She wouldn't have fallen dead, I would have made sure that she experienced something truly worthwhile. But this didn't happen, this went on. Twice I fixed programs so that it's convenient for her to come and attend, but no. I refuse to teach it in an uncommitted… As a mother, if you sit with me, I'm not interested in teaching any yoga to any mother or sister or whatever nonsense. If you sit with me, you have to sit right, properly, otherwise there's no question, no point, because it will not be what it should be. So she died without yoga. Why I'm telling you this is, that's how it is held, not because of some extreme attitude, because we know the implications of what it is. Out of over-eagerness or plain ignorance or because of commercial interests, today yoga is being taught everywhere without any sense. Once you do this, you will see you will kill the whole science. In the spiritual processes in India, there were very rigid safeguards so that misuse and misinterpretation and damage does not happen. But in the last 100, 200 years, as I said, either because some people are over-eager or they're just plain ignorant or they're unscrupulous. People have just taken away all safeguards. You can teach yoga on the beach, you can teach yoga in the theater, you can teach yoga in the aerobic class, you can just do it anywhere, isn't it? This will not bring well-being, there's no question about that. Oh, my backache went away, you are saying this, I went to yoga, my backache went away. You're happy your backache went away. but you don't know what you missed. You went to yoga and you did not touch the other dimensions of life. You did not create the possibility of slowly moving into other dimensions. That's a terrible damage that's happened to your life. You did not go, you do not know, the possibility is still open. You went and you missed it, then the possibility is sort of closed, isn't it?
If this was an in-person program, we would have created the atmosphere for you. However, in this situation of an online program, you need to create this committed atmosphere on your own. So only in a committed atmosphere can these technologies of well-being deliver the best results. Let us listen to Sadhguru speak about the importance of this.
A lot of care has been taken to organize the programs in a certain way, because how we set up the program is as important as how we conduct the program. We want the place to be set up in such a way that if people enter the place, they know this place is different. They don't have to go through the class. If they just enter the place, they know this place is a different place. This place is a committed place. That setting up is very much important. Without the right kind of atmosphere, the right kind of things will not happen. Always, those spiritual teachings have been given in various kinds of situations. For individuals, whenever anybody, any master chose a group, he always ensured that the right kind of atmosphere is there. For individuals, we have chosen many kinds of situations depending upon their receptivity. You know, Krishna chose a battlefield, somebody chose something else. That is different. But whenever it was transmitted to groups, always lot of care was taken to create the right atmosphere, because atmosphere plays an important role in what happens there.
To create a conducive atmosphere during the session, there are a few aspects that you need to take care of. Let us look at this now. This is a unique opportunity for you to deepen your experience of Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya and refresh yourselves of the inner engineering tools. Because it is offered online, it is important that you create the appropriate ambience to receive it. We will now demonstrate how to set up your space so you can experience the program in the best possible way. Please ensure you are in a quiet and private space without any external disturbances. To create a conducive ambience during the session, we encourage that you keep Sadhguru's photo with an oil lamp lit in the space that you will be in. If you do not have either, Sadhguru's photo or lamp, it is fine. It is best to have a yoga mat, bed sheet, or a cushion to sit on, and wear loose and comfortable clothing. It would be ideal to sit on the floor with sufficient space around you to do the yoga practices, approximately 3 by 6 feet. If you have a physical condition which prevents you from sitting on the floor, you can sit in a chair. Ensure that your webcam is approximately at eye level and that you are sitting 2 to 3 feet away from your device. If needed, you can use a support to raise your laptop to eye level. Speakers can be inbuilt or external. We recommend that you test them before the session. Using wired earphones is not ideal, as you will be guided through some yogic practices and meditations, which may require you to take back support against the wall. Due to the nature of the practices, please ensure that you finish your meal at least 4 hours before the session, finish a snack 2.5 hours before, and beverages, except water, at least 1.5 hours before the session. Also, please do not consume anything during the session. Any unauthorized audio or video recording or distribution of program content, even for personal use, is illegal. Please do not record any aspect of this program. Please switch off your phone or keep it on silent mode. Dedicate this time exclusively for the session without any interruptions. Please refrain from checking messages, taking phone calls, or using the restroom. Please ensure to log in at least 15 minutes before the session begins. You may not be able to join the session after it begins. It is ideal to join the session at least 30 minutes before the session and simply be with the music. If you wish to close your eyes and sit, you can do so. This will help you settle your system in the right state to go through the program. It is highly recommended to use a laptop or a desktop to join the program, but if you don't have either of these, you can use your mobile phone, but please ensure to put it in silent mode. Isha volunteers are here to support you to derive the maximum out of this program. Please keep the camera on throughout the session, ensure your entire body is visible on the screen, and that the lighting is sufficient. Your video will be kept confidential and will not be saved or shared with anyone else. You can read more about our privacy policy on our website. During the session, please ensure that your computer is connected to a power supply. If you are in a country where power cuts are recurrent, please ensure you have a power backup. Also ensure that you have a stable internet connection so that you do not get disconnected halfway during the session. The minimum bandwidth is 2 Mbps. Please disable the screensaver and auto sleep mode to go through the session without any interruption. If you do get disconnected during the session, you can still rejoin the session immediately. This session is interactive in nature, and your full participation in this is necessary for you to derive the most of what is being offered. It is important to keep your webcam on throughout the entire session so that you will be able to interact more effectively during the session. To ensure that you are adequately set up for the session, it is best to join at least 30 minutes before so that you can test your audio and video connection and adjust your webcam as it's needed. This program will be conducted through the Zoom platform. Please ensure you have the latest Zoom app installed and it's accessible on your device, whether it is a laptop or a mobile phone. Now, let us look at some guidelines on how to download the Zoom app and the various functions of the platform.
Namaskaram. This video will show you how to download and use Zoom for video conferencing. You can use Zoom on your computer or your phone, and we will go through how to use both. On your computer, Google Download Zoom. Click this button to download the installer package. Click on this package and follow the prompts in order to install Zoom. We recommend downloading the app as it will provide a more stable connection. On your phone, click on the App Store or the Android Play Store, depending on your phone, and type in Zoom. Click on the app and click the download button. Zoom will appear on your home screen. You will not need to create an account on Zoom in order to join meetings. On your program confirmation email, click the Join Program button. If you're on your phone, it will open up the Zoom app. If you're on a computer, it will open up the web browser. On the web browser, you can click Allow to open up the call on the app. When you join a meeting, you can choose to join by computer audio, which is your inbuilt computer microphone. When you join a meeting, this is the main screen you will see on Zoom. If you have a different microphone or you want to test your own audio levels, you can click this small arrow above the mute icon. This will take you to the audio settings screen, where you can manually adjust your microphone settings until they are at the right volume. We recommend checking the option to automatically adjust your microphone volume. This will take care of the audio settings for you. In order to mute and unmute yourself, you can click on this mute icon here. When the icon is visible, you are unmuted and everyone can hear you. When the red line is crossed through the icon, you are muted. The icon next to the mute button, which says video, toggles your video on and off. When the icon is visible, you are visible. When the icon has a red line through it, you are hidden. On the chat screen, you can type and respond to messages from the host and other participants. If you are facing any technical difficulties, please send a message to one of the meeting hosts and they will be able to assist you. Whenever you wish to speak during the program, either in response to an Ishanga or to ask a question, the best way to do it is to raise your hand. If you move to the reaction button, it will give you an option to raise your hand. When you click this, the meeting host will know you wish to speak and will allow you to unmute your microphone. When you are finished, the host can lower your hand, or you yourself can do so by clicking the lower hand button. On your phone, clicking the More icon will allow you to open up the chat and also raise your hand. You can also change the view. Zoom has different view options. Gallery shows everyone on screen at the same time. We recommend using the speaker option. This option will give you a large view of the current speaker. Finally, we will cover breakout rooms. A breakout room is a separate room that you will be placed into from the main meeting, which will include a smaller number of participants. You will automatically be put into breakout rooms when you are in a breakout room and it is time to come back into the main room. Do not exit the breakout room. You will either be returned automatically to the main room, or you will be given an option to return to the main room in a pop-up message, and you can click this.
With this, we come to the end of this orientation video. Before we close, we would like to share a quick checklist to ensure you are all set for your session. Are you in a private, indoor space? Is your laptop plugged in and charging? Have you tested your speakers and audio quality? Have you tested your webcam quality and position? Have you tested your internet speed? Do you have a power backup in case of power failure? Have you installed and tested the latest version of the Zoom app? Looks like you're all set. Just like in the inner engineering program, there are a few subjective aspects as well. We would like to touch upon those briefly now. This program is a step-by-step process, so it is important that you attend all the 5 days. If you missed one session, you will not be able to attend the next one. We also recommend you to set the schedule in your calendar with a reminder. It will be best if you make use of the remaining days to prepare yourself for the program. Please give yourselves an inner engineering crash course every day before starting your practices and throughout the day as it's needed. And do the homework on a daily basis. Please also maintain all the practices daily that you may have received in various Isha programs, be it Isha Hatha Yoga practices, Shakti Chalana Kriya, Shunya or Samyama.